Don't miss new episodes of So What Happened To, Saturday mornings on RatedEm.
On today's episode of Game Chat, Unreal Tournament 1999 and Unreal Tournament 2004.
Hello everyone and welcome to Game Chat, the series where I break from these scripted videos to give my casual thoughts on what I've been playing recently. This episode is going to be a bit short because I actually planned to talk about two more games, but one of them was 1348 Ex Voto, and a lot of what I had to say has apparently been rectified in a new update, so it didn't feel right to say all this bad stuff about the game that might be fixed. And the other game was the original Call of Duty 4, but in the time it's taken me to make this video, I've already finished MW2, so I figured I'd just do a Game Chat episode about the whole trilogy. It won't be like an ultimate review style video. I don't think I'm ever going to do one of those again. It'll just be a Game Chat episode where I talk about the original Modern Warfare trilogy. So today we're going to talk about two games that I have been sinking a good amount of time into in my free time, and those are Unreal Tournament 1999 and Unreal Tournament 2004. Now I stumbled upon these games while working on an episode of The Spot because I needed footage for them, and initially it was just the 1999 one that I needed, but I figured I would download the 2004 installment while I was at it just to have footage of it for a future video. The thing is, I found myself playing these games outside of recording because, man, these games are fun. All the weapons serve a unique purpose, there are very few not fun maps, and the single player campaign of going through the ladders at different game modes against bots doesn't sound interesting, but in practice, it's honestly pretty fun. I'll even hop into practice matches sometimes, or I'll try out public servers, although I haven't been on very many due to some of them requiring extensive downloads for all the plugins and mods that they run. And like I said, I've also been trying out Unreal Tournament 2004, and I've more or less been doing the same thing. I found myself playing some of the single player campaign, and I like the idea of it, but I found myself spending more time with UT99's campaign than 04's. 04 differs from 99 where you get to build a team of bots to go through the ladder with you, and honestly, it's a really interesting gameplay mechanic for an FPS, but most of my playtime with 2004 has been instant action and online servers. And 04 has way more content, it looks amazing, and there's more servers available, but I do like the music and the weapon functionality of the original game. 04 has a much more angry and high-octane soundtrack, while 99 has some electronic music with softer pads that make it feel a lot more casual. However, I do think that's because 2003, 2004, and then following iterations of the series pushed it to be more of like an esports platform rather than a game with unique setting. You're supposed to ignore all that shit and just take the game seriously at surface level as like a sport. But 99 definitely just feels like a multiplayer game, and I like that. Even if the graphics are a little outdated and the weapons' visual designs just aren't my favorite, I do just prefer 99. I also do want to make mention of that unique setting I mentioned. I love the world of Unreal in both games. It's inhabited by soldiers and bipedal reptiles and ancient pharaohs and gothic mine people and robots, and the game's just like, yes, all of this is canon. A lot of games nowadays, like modern Call of Duty, want to lay down a super serious tone, and then they just throw it off completely with all these bright and colorful microtransaction skins and maps. The reason I don't find it such an issue in Unreal Tournament is because the game doesn't shy away from it to begin with. It is normalized from the start. You will have a giant lizard firing a minigun at a guy who looks like a vampire on a pirate ship, and that's like half the bit with the game. Overall, both of these games have been great casual fun, and you can pick them up at oldunreal.com for absolutely free, and I encourage that you do. I think I said this last episode, but I do want to make a video covering the whole Gears series, and also maybe talk about Unreal Tournament, because I think there are some similarities between Unreal Tournament and Gears multiplayer. I think the only thing stopping me is I don't know if I want it to be a Game Chat episode, or if it should be a whole new series on the second channel, because I've been meaning to upload there, and I've also had some similar video ideas that kind of fit into Game Chat, but they could also be their own series. I don't know. It would also be a long video, and I think people would want a proper review and analysis, and my video would just not be that. It would just be a casual talking about their personal experience with the series. And maybe that's more genuine than a review. I don't know. I don't want it to be like, oh, Gears 2 is good because it does XYZ and here's my sources to back it up. Like, I just want to say Gears 2 fucking kicks ass and you should play it, and here's my favorite moments from the game. If you were to watch the video, you would really have to be a fan of just sitting and listening to me talk about video games. It would not be some profound essay that you could learn from. Anyways, that is all for this episode of Game Chat. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you all next time.